Welcome to another episode of Neon Radio Podcast. I'm Reece.
I'm Dan.
And this week, we're reviewing Boss Level.
Pew, 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 pew.
A little bit of a spoiler warning. We do go into detail about the film. So go out, watch the film, come back, and listen to us break it down. Even though I think Boss Level ain't going to be broken down too much. But by God, did it have a production. I'll tell you that. Before we get into that, though, some film info. Directed by Joe Carnahan.
Oh, yeah.
Smoking Aces, The Grey.
Still alive and kicking.
I know. And even holding the rights to his version of The Raid, which you're like,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still iffy about that.
Well, we'll see. He did say something in an interview about it where he was saying that his version has this team of SWAT that are going to come out of the build, that are waiting for someone to leave the building and to capture the bad guy, like the villain, in like a moving car. But when they find out that he's never coming out of the building, he's not coming out, they go in.
Right.
And then it's more of a dynamic between him and the brother. Like a stronger dynamic between them in the film. That's what he gave away in an interview while I was listening.
Hope it's graphic.
With him, I think it will be. Maybe not as graphic as the original, though.
Especially after watching this movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Directed by Joe Carnahan, story and screenplay by Chris and Eddie Beret, as well as screenwriting credits by Joe Carnahan. He did a redraft back in 2012.
Wow.
He had the script by Chris and Eddie back in 2010. This has been a long production for them. Produced by 50 fucking people, I put down, because really, if you look at the credits,
Get the money.
it's ridiculous. Yeah. And all of them are useless, except for Carnahan, Grillo, and one other that they mention in the interview. The cinematography by Juan Miguel Aspiroz, who also shot several Netflix films. So he did Wheelman with Frank Grillo as well.
Yeah.
I think it seems like he's more of their production guy.
Yeah.
Since Grillo and Carnahan have their own production company.
Interesting.
But I want to know first your initial thoughts.
Well, firstly, the title Shithouse.
I got itchy eye. Yeah.
Wow.
It really is.
Yeah, it's a crap title. It could
Because
have
it
come
makes
up with a better title.
no sense with any of the fucking thing.
Even the intro credits, it was like, I get what they're going for, but no. But that, to me, that was the worst part of the movie.
Should have been called something like the Osiris Project or something like that.
Yeah, or something just Osiris, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a fun movie.
It was fun, right? Thank you. Oh my God. I was waiting for you to to drill it.
Nah, man. This was a bloody good movie.
Yeah.
It's look, the whole backstory is just shit. Like
It's not great.
Yeah, it's just very just typical. Naomi Watts.
Yeah.
She played the part well, but I think she wasn't given enough. And it was just weird. Like Mel Gibson was spying on her. Why didn't he see all this happen? So there's a lot of flaws in this.
A lot of this will make sense.
Yeah.
When I tell you more about this movie.
Sounds good. What made this movie stand out to me was, again, it must be a father-son relationship thing.
Yeah.
That heart of the movie is what made this whole thing purposeful. I thought that was really, really good.
And you'll be very intrigued to hear more about that as well.
Oh, very good. Very good. But yeah, other than that, man, this was fun. I thought it was going to be very repetitive, but no, it was shot well.
Literally is. But I mean, like, in the sense of
but they do it differently, and if you're going into that loop aspect, it does make sense.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was just. I just liked it. To me, it was just the father-son thing. That's what made it. It got extra points.
I was gonna say, like,
done well.
You've got a son, so I think there's moments in here that would resonate in a way where you're like, just for example, him sitting at the bench with his son.
Yeah, I was just
having a chat.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, that's something that I think any father would have or feel a moment with, or playing video games with them and feeling like you're actually connecting.
Yeah.
Which is really hard, I'd bet, because kids are horrible at video games. So, like, I'm just saying,
Oh, I mean, I've got to play Minecraft.
Yeah, see?
And that's not good.
And you're not that creative. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
No, I've created some pretty cool stuff.
Fucking Manchester, man. That kid, my kid, not so great. Like, he just puts a hut and goes out and hunts shit. It's so bad. So bad. Yeah, I enjoyed this film as well. But I enjoyed it because I had a pullback. And these movies I enjoy because I know what I'm going into.
Yeah.
I think I felt the same with something like, I know you didn't like it nowhere near as much. You really disliked it. But something like Guns Akimbo, I thought was like, I went into it thinking to myself, I'm getting some crazy shit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as good as this.
No way.
This is way better.
Yeah.
This is more
chalk and cheese.
Yeah, this is more creative, makes more sense.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, and something I really liked about it, which I think a lot of people hate, I really liked the ending.
Yeah.
And that's because I think the ending actually finishes the film in the right way. The arc of the character is complete. Yep. He starts off he actually starts off just getting out of bed. But I mean, if we actually look at the proper start of the film, it's him talking to his wife.
Yeah.
And him at the bar.
Yeah.
So, with that, we know that he's a broken man, divorced, hasn't really properly been introduced to his son.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the film, he's not broken anymore.
Knows his son back to front.
Understands that his ex actually does care for him, and he gets to meet his son.
Yeah.
And he has a feeling of redemption. So whatever he does after it is like, I've played my part.
Yep.
He feels like he's played his part, and whatever comes. So I think that aspect of the film I really enjoyed. And I think, like, obviously all of the action's super fun.
Oh man, I love just that the samurai chick.
Yeah. And yet again,
Another one.
More facts about it later. Yeah. Which I think we're going to dip into pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I want to go straight into the thoughts though, because I get very few notes.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's repetitive. But,
it's repetitive,
but it's improved on each time.
Yes, and it is like an overused concept. But Joe Carnahan comes at it in a way where he's not trying to be something like Groundhog Day. He's trying to be an action film that has this problem.
Yeah.
Like, I think Bill Murray's one is, if you look at Groundhog Day is this guy constantly needing to fix or trying to fix something. This one here, and it's like an internal thing. This one here has that aspect, but it's more so about he literally has to find the most efficient way to kill his way through shit.
Yeah.
That's
without dying.
Yeah. And then along the way, by taking different routes, he learns that, for example, that spending time underground has like the steel sheeting.
Yeah, that's right.
Or inside of the bar has the steel sheeting, so it helps.
So that's how he figures out he's getting tracked.
And, so instead of it being that, doing something internally is going to help the progress of the Groundhog Day, that doesn't help it. It's finding things out around that internal structure, which I really liked. And I like that little twist. I think a lot of people would miss that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, a lot of the acting is ham, but I like Frank Grillo. I take back all my doubts with Frank Grillo.
I was going to say, I'm not much of a fan of Frank Grillo, but this movie, it was like his ballpark.
Perfect for him.
Yeah, that's it. Frank, keep doing these movies.
Supposedly he's huge. Like, I mean, absolutely massive in China.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me. The highest grossing movie in China ever as the main bad guy.
What's that? Is it a Chinese movie?
Yeah, it's something Warrior 2.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a second of the movies. But
he's a handsome
like
man too.
4 billion yen or whatever, like the currency that they have over there.
Yeah.
Literally 4 billion of it made from that movie alone.
Crazy.
And it has a number 2 in it. What the fuck? I'm just saying. Also, I have as a note here, and I think it's super important to go off, that Grillo's fucking jacked in this movie.
He seems like it's like water retention. You know when Miss Olympia, how they don't have anything for ages, so just to keep him really tight. He looks like that all the time
throughout the whole film.
Yeah,
I've never seen the last time I saw someone this jacked was Rambo 2.
Oh, yeah, man.
Watching Stallone in Rambo 2 is actually like a treat to any man who enjoys aesthetics.
It's classic.
But yeah, in this he's there's zero on him. There's zero fucking water, and he's like at a 4% body fat.
Yeah,
like there's nothing there.
Yeah. His face looks a bit sick though. Do you know what I mean?
His face looks like there's 4% body fat.
Yeah.
Like
it's just so lean, like. Man. Yeah.
It looks like he's literally cut to the shit.
Yeah. You're jealous, aren't you?
I am jealous. I'd love to have who says as if you wouldn't wish to have a body like that?
Yeah, it'd be pretty good.
Like I'm not saying you have to have
naked all the time.
Just
coming here.
You become one of those people that walk around naked, and usually if you walk around naked, then you got to have no shoes, because it looks fucking weird if you have like shoes on, you're walking around shirtless all the time.
True. You just go to
but
the beach.
I would be the guy with the shoes. Walking around, I'd be like in town. They're like, so you got to put your shirt on. And I'm like, sorry. Do you look at this? You can grate cheese on it. Come on. They're like, yeah, well played. No, just leave you alone.
Oh man.
I did have my notes. As I said, not many. Moments with his son is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. It's the key to the film.
It is the heart of the film, and I'm going to give away a fact here.
Okay. This
is Rio Grillo.
Oh, his real son?
It's his real son.
Right.
He hasn't been in anything. This is his first feature debut. And in the interviews, he's like, Joe Callahan has come up to him and been like, look, I want to cast your son. And he goes, no. He goes, why not? And he goes, he's going to outshine me.
Ah.
And he goes, no, I'm really mean it. I don't want him to be in it. This is Frank. And he goes, he went through the audition processes. He went and got he had an acting coach.
Yeah.
He goes, a little fuck outshone me.
That's what he said.
Yeah, he's in the crowd. He goes, I love my son. He goes, he definitely outshone me. He goes, it was amazing. He goes, it took me 45 years to get my first proper gig.
How old is he?
Nah, he's joking. He's like, to get in a movie as a main.
Yeah.
He probably is. I can tell you. But he's like, it took me that long to get in the movie as a man. And he goes, and this, he calls him little fuck. This little fuck gets in it straight away. But yeah, I thought that was really, he was doing it to play it up.
Yeah,
obviously, it's an interview joke.
Yeah. His kid was good.
He was really good.
Yeah.
He reminds me of, Jesus Christ. I got the face of the kid in my head. The kid from Iron Man 3?
Yes. Yes.
He kind of reminds me of that a little bit, but more like a raspier voice.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I could see him doing things like, I don't know, being in like a weird version of like Last of Us or something.
Yeah.
Like I could see a play on, like I'm not saying to do that.
Did you see that? Is it Pedro Pascal's playing?
Yeah. No? I'm all right with it. I think he does better when he's not. I don't think you just have that. You have that because of Wonder Woman. That's why.
Yeah, but I don't see him as that actor. They should have put that the King Slayer. He would have been sick.
Yeah. Jeremy. Oh God, yeah. I know who you're talking about from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
but he's like a perfect look for it. Or even they had someone else that was like
Hugh
Jackman would have been great for it. That would have been fucking amazing. Yeah. He's the depth that guy does when he's like blubbering is good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like we know that that's the heart of the film. That's the point of the film. He spent 50 days with him in that simulation. Well, not simulation, like the loop. And he goes, I could do this forever.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, that's so cool.
It's pretty good. What's your thoughts on Mel Gibson
in the movie itself?
He's a steel wool type man. Eh?
He this is the thing. Mel Gibson started just so well in like his older films. Like his career was so strong and he could have gone so many places.
Yeah, until he stuffed himself up.
Well, that's just one thing.
His views, yeah.
But also on another front, like he does this thing, man, where now he just plays every part as if he's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even parts where he's a good guy.
He's gone a Nicolas Cage route.
Yeah.
Sort of. Oh, that reminds me. You know when he sat down with Naomi Watts and they did this? That was such a weird scene.
Oh, they put their
blocking was terrible.
Hand on the head and stuff.
Yeah, it just looked. They both looked really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think also like Mel Gibson. Yet again, it's just the choices he makes, things like that. The choices he makes, that him hamming it up and stuff. I don't know. I think sometimes they just.
Yeah, I reckon he should just stick to directing now.
Yeah, I think. Well, he's got a better eye. Yeah. Than he does being in front of the camera at the moment.
I find he's a great director.
Yeah. What was the last one he did?
The Hacksaw Ridge. I think
that was good.
Yeah, man.
That was really good.
Yeah.
I keep thinking of for some reason the first thing that popped in my head was
We Were Soldiers. He's got a thing of war movies.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he did Apocalypto, didn't he?
Yeah.
Apocalypto, Passion of the Christ.
Movies. Yeah. Well,
Religious for War.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should never ever touch Passion of Christ ever again. Like any type of. They're doing a second one, I think.
Really?
Yeah, that makes no sense to me, but fair enough.
Yeah, how?
Maybe it's like a resurrection portion of it.
Oh,
Doesn't it end with the resurrection and then?
Yeah,
man, it's coming Easter.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
On that front, I think.
Oh, did you find out the age of Frank?
No, I didn't. I'll tell you. It's become more chill, this podcast.
I'm gonna guess. 50.
Yeah.
Off late 40s.
Exactly the age I said.
What?
It's 45.
Wow.
I mean,
he looks heaps older than.
No, not 45. Holy shit.
He's got to be older than that.
Yeah. 55.
Oh, there you go.
I think 1965. Is that 55?
So 65. Yeah. 05. That's 50.
56. 55. No, 55.
65.
65? No, fuck off. It's not 65.
No, wait up.
No, 55.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, my 55. Parents are 65.
Yeah, 55 years old. Wait, what am I talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Because you can see he's like, again, around his eyes.
Holy shit, he's 55 years old.
Beast.
That means, like, this was like 53, 50. He would have been like 52, 53 when this was made. My God. Like 3 or 4% body fat? You fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's good.
If I can be that age and have that,
good physique. I wonder if he's got any injuries though.
I'm sure like he's pretty much all injured.
Yeah,
like his whole body's injured. It's just how he
was. Skylines shot before this, after maybe.
Would have been after.
Yeah.
This movie was the interview that I saw was from 2019 or either 2019 or 2020. Right. February.
Yeah. See, this is a good comparison. You compare the Skylines, the script he was given to this one. This feels like a obviously a well-made movie, and the other one just feels like a backyard movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's pretty open and adamant to the fact that he does take movies that he thinks are okay for money. Yeah. No, he said it. He goes, I'm a working actor.
Yeah.
Main word to the beginning, working.
Yeah.
I need to work. I got to feed my family and stuff as well. So he's like, there's a reason why I've gotten bigger roles, and it's because, sometimes you pick shit and that shit blows up.
Yeah.
But, so, I mean, he's pretty open to that. It's really weird, though. He left his wife.
Really?
In September. Well, they got divorced. I don't know if he left. But in September last year. And this movie came out. Well, I mean, it's been around for a while now. The interviews were years ago, as I said. And it's weird to see the dynamic in the interviews.
Yeah.
Because he's always like, with his son, like, hey, you going, blah, 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 Yeah. And then I think later on, probably with what happened with the divorce, the son doesn't probably feel as great about all of it anymore.
Yeah. Or is that an age where you can see the difference?
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be tough to live in those lives, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
What else we got?
I'm going to bring it straight to sack it or brisket.
Yeah, there's not really much else we can talk about, is there?
Not really.
Yeah.
The movie, this is the thing. The movie is fun.
Yeah.
And there's more of what we can talk about in the facts. There's a lot coming up in the facts. Don't you read the facts, goddammit. I know you.
My eyes aren't that good.
Yeah, I know you, though.
But yeah.
But I'm going to take it straight to sack it or brisket first.
Right.
Dan's Cinematography Corner. A little context for new listeners. Sack it or brisket came from Dan's love of beef briskets. Check out the Enola Holmes episode and the unique term to sack that if he doesn't like something. So is he going to sack this flick's cinematography? I'm just going to lean into this one.
Oh, here we go.
I'll make himself
Look at those facials.
brisket and love every morsel of its visuals.
Can you get your hands out in front of the table?
No, I'm going to keep them there now. I'm going to do one of these ones. Look, they call it the double Dutch Rudder.
That's bad.
Double run. Okay, all right. Go for
So
it.
this again, don't get me wrong, it's shot well.
Yes.
Looks good, but it's not a brisket.
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, this is a good, well shot movie. This is like a golden standard of filmmaking.
Portion controlled brisket.
Yes.
You get a slab, a slice. Sorry, a little slice.
This is like
And
if you're getting brisket every day. This is what it's like.
Yeah.
Where-
Fair enough. Yeah.
Where a good one, it's like you live on a deserted island.
Deserted
Island. Desert island. Is it deserted? Desert island.
Deserted. A desert island.
Desert island.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I don't know.
It's early still.
It's still bad.
10 o'clock in the morning. Not
You're
early
Tom
at
Hanks playing with Wilson and whatever else you're doing on the island.
all. Tom Hanks playing with Wilson.
You get it. Yeah. You smell the brisket in the off the shore.
Yeah.
And then a ship comes in, and they've got brisket
And
smoking in there.
if that one there is the Revenant, that brisket is the Revenant. And
you haven't eaten any meat in bloody who knows how long.
and this one here is like you're going to like maybe going to grilled.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's just not
Lodestar
good.
or Hog's Breath. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fine. There's nothing stood out to me in this. But yeah, that's it.
Fair enough.
It's a sack that.
Unfortunately, but I mean, you need a central. You really do need that central. No, you know what? Fuck it.
Nah.
Just had the good or bad. You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan.
My pleasure.
But now, going into the facts. So think quick, Dan. Think quick. Think quick. Think quick.
Do you
Dan,
have any facts?
Can you give us the factoids, please?
Okay, I'm just resetting myself in the what's it called? Not Icarus. I keep saying Icarus.
They're supposed to say the Osiris.
Yeah, into the Osiris. Wait up. Oh, there we go. There's a fact.
Oh, that looked like you just came. Right? How you do? Like, yeah, you fucking on cam.
I had Reese's brisket.
Go. Oh my god. That's right. It'd make you do that too. Let's get into the facts here. This movie's production was fucking hell.
Oh, really?
Hell. Joe Carnahan had been trying to make this movie for years. It was originally called Continue and was written by Chris Borey and Eddie Borey. In 2010, okay, so that was all the stuff to do with like the fact that Carnahan rewrote the script, announced in 2012 that he would direct it for 20th Century Fox. He later filmed screen tests with Grillo. Fox ultimately decided not to move forward with it, reportedly disagreeing with Carnahan's choice to cast Grillo as the star. Carnahan later posted the screen tests on Twitter, and that's pretty much it for that.
And it took off on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the shit that's crazy. Shot in 27 days. It was supposed to be a 43-day shoot.
Holy crap.
Joe Carnahan and Grillo explained that they were ripped off by producers mid-shoot. They got to the location with the crew and cast and were told by the production management that one of the producers pulled.
Oh.
Okay. This person had gone there, taken photos with Mel Gibson, all that type of thing, then ran.
Why?
Because all they wanted to do was get on set, take the photos, or meet the cast or whatever,
Wow.
And then they ran. They were told by management a few days into the production that they had taken 15 days from them over 2 weeks.
So
At that point in time, management told them they can go back and tell everyone that they're fired or continue the production and tell them they would get late pay within the week.
Oh, man, that's hectic. How shit is that?
So instead of getting, they said, pretty much instead of getting, because you get awarded weekly, how it works over there, which I didn't even know this. This would have been good to learn in fucking high school. Or not high, in uni, but lo and behold, no one teaches you shit. So bitter. Supposedly every week they get awarded the set for the budget. So, for example, you at the end of the week you get $1 million or 1.5 or whatever.
Yeah.
This was like every week they were getting 500,000 or 600,000.
Yeah.
They pretty much halved the cost of the film in that time. So on the set, the reason why we get so many problems with the film, like short character arcs, really quick scenes, the tooth pull scene is shot all in one shot. And they only did 2 or 3 takes. And Joe Carnahan and Grillo, because they're both very invested in the film, he's executive producers,
they're lucky
companies. But they said that was the only shot in the film that they actually had conflict within. They were talking to each other and going, "It's not working. What we're doing is not working." He goes, Carnahan said Grillo went in there. He goes, "The next shot we got was the fucking shot that was used in the movie."
Yeah.
He goes, he was so angry about like just wanting to get this shot done and move to the next shot.
Yeah.
That got it done in 2 seconds.
Hectic. Passion.
Yes. But they just said, like, another thing, Grillo and Callahan were living in the same house at the time, and they obviously didn't get along. They said they would never do it again.
Wow.
This is in an interview.
Yeah. It seems to happen a lot in movies, though. Like, even I'm listening to the Team Deacons podcast. It's a good podcast. Listen to it.
Yeah.
They've interviewed Chris Miller and Phil Lord.
Yeah.
And they're the same, man. They have arguments.
But it seems like, that being said, they don't hate each other. They actually are super good friends.
Yeah.
And they're very good workers together.
You need time to separate.
Yeah, you can't live together.
No.
You got to go home to your home.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Frank learnt the final sword fight in 2 hours.
What?
And it took the editor 2 weeks to cut the scene.
Holy shit. Yeah.
That is how bad this production was.
Well, what did you say? 27 days.
Yeah.
That's insane.
27 days for this movie is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it's
man.
all action.
Yeah.
Like, even just a shot, like, for example, you know the scene with in the bedroom.
Yeah.
That's one wall. They don't have a set with 3 or 4 walls.
Yeah, because it's all
shot one direction.
Yeah. Jeez. Oh, it works.
Yeah.
Far out.
They had to be super, super duper.
That could benefit them moving forward.
You know how many shots was the longest amount of shots they did? Carnahan said there was one scene which took 6 shots. Everything else took less than 6 takes.
Wow.
That's it. That is crazy.
Do you know what shot it was?
I think it was the tooth pull scene.
Wow.
Because they didn't know how to do it. They were on such a tight time.
Yeah.
They had to do it in a way. He said, we have to do it in one shot.
Yeah.
So.
And it worked. Yeah, that's very interesting. Well, yeah, I hope they learn from it.
Yeah.
I guess that's an issue with, with smaller budget movies.
Yeah.
Anyone can just pull last minute.
Yeah, this is one of those, this is a horror story.
Yeah.
For anyone making a movie. Even Carnahan, like, I'd really highly suggest people go listen to the interview that I listened to. It was a 45-minute interview.
Yeah, put it in the...
I'll link it below.
Yeah.
A 45-minute interview. It's probably the first one that would come up even if you write it down anyway.
Yeah.
But it's really them being super genuine. And they're just like... They're telling everything about the shit that they went through with this production. And none of it sounds good, you know?
To put it in perspective, it usually takes about a week to shoot a fight scene.
Yeah.
For most, like the Raid, that last scene took maybe more.
No, the Raid was another... No, the Raid was another movie, if I'm not mistaken, that is in a similar boat as this.
Yeah.
The first Raid. They were very, very tight, and he's a very, very good action director.
Yeah. He's Kiwi or Aussie? Kiwi. Aussie, South African. He's one of those.
Yeah. Is he Kiwi,
one
Aussie,
of
or
those.
South African?
Well,
Three different places in the world.
It's got like more that Aussie accent.
I think
I'm sure it's not American.
No, I think I can look it up. Why not? We have the time.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm just blown away with that. Have you got the budget on the movie? Did you write it down?
No, God damn it. I just got away from that area. He is let me see here. Graduated with an MA in screenwriting. Glamorgan.
What's his name?
Gareth Edwards.
Okay, that's right.
Evans.
Yeah.
Gareth Evans.
Yeah.
Was he the one that did he do Godzilla? No.
No, that's
Raid 1 and 2.
That's Garth Edwards.
Garth Edwards?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's so similar. Is it?
Yeah, I think it's Garth Edwards.
So bad. Stop making.
I'm trying to think.
Stop saying those names. Stop it.
You know what you need down here? A good Wi-Fi connection.
I know. It's horrible down here, my Wi-Fi. Okay, so it says here, looking at the budget, 45 million.
That's still a decent chunk of money, man.
That's a decent chunk of money.
Yeah, I guess all that went to CG.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, there's a lot of CG in it.
And stunt work.
Yeah,
Heaps
jumping out of trucks would be a lot of that CG. The fire, the shots through the head,
the
cars.
Head cut-offs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of CG.
How funny is when he smashes into the bus and he's propelled
body.
sideways.
Yeah.
He's propelled sideways and just back. It like defies physics.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny, but
I mean, the movie has lots of like very hammy moments that are fun like that.
Yeah.
I love it. He goes, and what's the worst one to get done by? And he's like,
was it in the head?
nah, it's the one, he goes, one where the guy's at the back of the truck and shoots him through the chest with like the harpoon.
Yeah, that was heavy.
And he goes, that's the worst when you're being scraped along the street.
Yeah.
So later on he goes back and does it to him.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, the movie...
It's fun. It's fun. It's a fun...
All those moments are super fun.
Yeah.
I even like it every time he wakes up. I'm like, I'm ready to see something cool happen.
And it's always different.
Yeah.
It's good.
Also, there's another thing about that the chopper gunner. A little fact about the chopper gunner. I didn't have it here.
The chopper gunner.
The chopper gunner. So you know how the chopper comes in every morning and shoots through the window?
Yeah.
Supposedly the chopper gunner is like a really well-known footballer that plays the part.
Right.
And he was just there for the day. But the actual gun itself is like not properly mounted. So you had to like hold it in a weird way.
Wow.
And it's a working
Gun.
machine gun, like turret.
Yeah.
So he was just like, the guy using it was he goes, every shot of it, every bullet shot was $6.
Wow.
So just to shoot the blanks and to make it look cool was super duper fucking expensive. Finishing off my facts here.
Yeah, did you say something on the Osiris? Didn't you say something about Naomi Watts' character was a bit weak?
What?
I said Naomi Watts' character was a bit weak and how Mel Gibson could spy on her but he didn't see her put the DNA of...
Oh, yeah. So what I meant by that was that they had such a short time of shooting that they probably only did 1 or 2 takes for it.
Yeah.
So...
Or they probably cut out some of the story.
A lot of it, the only scene they cut from the film, the only scene was like a 3-minute 30 scene between Mel Gibson and Naomi Watts.
Right.
And it's because he was just like, I got to keep this movie fucking moving.
Yeah.
Which... I agree.
Yeah.
If there would have been another 3 minutes of them in it, I would have been like, I don't care.
Yeah.
May the 9th, the day Roy is forced to repeat, is the director Joe Carnahan's birthday.
Huh?
Roy tells Joe that Liam Neeson is a fake tough guy. Neeson has worked with this movie's director in The A-Team and The Grey, and also with Grillo. And this quip was undoubtedly an inside joke between the three.
Yeah.
I agree with that. That would be so cool to have like your friend come in and you're just like picking on him in another movie and shit. I'd be like, that's fucking genius.
The Grey's so good, man. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I like the ending where he's got like the
poem.
No, the
glass on the
glass bottles.
Yeah.
He takes the little bottles of like whiskey and instead of drinking them, breaks them.
Yeah.
Oh, so fucking cool.
That's good, man.
Frank Grillo's actually son is Rio Grillo, who plays the part. So we know that already.
Yeah.
And that was my factoid. This was a really enlightening movie to see for the production basis.
Yeah.
For me, it was one of those things where, like, I don't think the movie's like, it's not going to make or break any awards.
No.
Great Wednesday night film.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's completely where I'd put it.
Yeah. This is good just to rewatch The Killings.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm keen to see what Joe Carnahan does next. Because he is, in all retrospect, a fun director.
Yeah.
You know, I think you see Smoking Aces, that's definitely, to me...
That was a good bit. That's his take of Guy Ritchie. I think. Yeah.
And I think that's a good realm for him to sit in, like the American Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
Which I think is a really cool title, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Like, if Joe Carnahan, like, he would probably hate that, be like, I'm fucking Joe Carnahan, I'm not... He's a big upper on his own shit, eh? Like, you'll see him in interviews, he's like, my shit's fucking best, man.
Oh, wow.
Mine's the best.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But, but I do think, like, I could see him being in that style or that realm.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to cut it straight to final thoughts. There's not going to be much more to talk about with the film.
Nah, look, I might as well go first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's now knowing about the production side of things, that's very interesting. You know what? It gets a bonus point.
Yeah, I know. That's what I think.
Yeah, it gets a bonus point because, like, I didn't even know about this. That's amazing.
27 days.
27 days to film this, especially because this is
under a month.
Yeah, it's very there's a lot of action in this, man, and I know that takes a long time to shoot.
That final sword fight in 2 hours.
Yeah,
you fucking kidding me?
That's insane. Like, it's it might have that. Grillo plays good as an angry actor, and I think all that shit that happened behind the scenes fueled him to be like this.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I hope it, like I said before, it's a learning exercise. To figure out ways to cut budget. This is what I was saying before in the previous episode.
Yeah,
is big budget.
Can cause more problems.
Yeah, small problem. Cause more problems. But you could always, if you're given, $100 million, think of shooting it at $50 million.
Mm-hmm. I'd say the only... Sorry to butt in again. Keep your thought.
Yeah.
I'd say the only person that I can think of that does well with a big budget and time is Fincher. And because Fincher likes taking 40, 50, 60 takes.
Yeah.
But by the end of it, he gets exactly what he wants.
What he wants, yeah.
Continue, sorry.
But I'll quote something that Deacon said, especially during film school, right? They were given a project to light a scene using a makeup mirror, big mirror with the lights around it.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, the guy that was teaching him at the school said, I've got to go time a movie. But this other guy's going to come in, a documentary guy's going to come in and oversee everything. So he just changed the light globes, right, to different ones, right? Practical.
Yeah.
And this guy comes in and goes, "Oh no." He goes, "You're making a feature here, so you need to set up a whole rigging thing." Dickens goes, "Oh, okay, all right." Anyway, then the cinema guy comes back in the next day and goes, "What's this, man?" Says, "What do you got all this stuff for?" And they just said, this guy told us to, it's a feature.
Yeah.
We should be using, all this. And he goes, no. He goes, what you did the first time was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't overlight everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And again, it comes down to these big budget things.
Yeah.
You could be given $100 million where you can just do it for less.
As well as...
Good lesson learned.
100%. And as well as, you got to think about it, life isn't overlit.
Yeah.
Unless you're out in the full...
Yeah.
blown sunlight, and even then it's not.
Yeah. And that's why I think people I'm going off on a tangent here a little bit.
No, go for it.
I'll give an example. I'm a wedding photographer, right? Back in the old days, a lot of it was just, shoot in front of a window or shoot with the window behind you, like say with bride's getting ready. It's all bright, right? And they'll put all the lights on and stuff, right? But now it's like, well, lights don't mix, take the lights off and shape things differently. And people are saying, that's just too moody. But it's not. Just giving something depth, and it's the way of shifting, the use of the way you use light. And I think that's the way the world of cinema is changing.
Yeah.
Like Deakins and all these new guys, and even the old guys, there's a change there happening. And that's why you're seeing like these things like Saint Maud and all that, where it's not overly lit. It's just using what's available, but giving you a mood or a vibe from it. Yeah.
It really is, at the end of the day. How do I explain this? There is more truth in cinema now at a low budget scale.
Yeah. It looks real.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like what it would look like if you're in a room with a lamp.
But better. Yeah.
Yeah, but exactly, but prettier.
Yeah. And that's what I was trying to get at, where if you look at films of old, everything looks like a stage.
Yeah.
And that Yeah. And that takes you away from the movie. You want to be there in the movie.
Unless you want to be taken away from it.
Well, yeah.
Like Predator. Predator's not the greatest looking film. No. Come on. It has its moments.
Yeah.
But I mean, all around, it's pretty just full-blown lit. And at least for the first 40, 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So that feels like a stage.
Yeah.
In all retrospect as well.
Yeah.
But there's reasons to do everything, and I think that you're right.
Yeah.
What we're getting now with the look of films, it's amazing. And the way that we get that is with the certain budgets that we get.
Yeah.
The higher the budget, the more you can almost make it feel like it's a piece of shit. Yeah. I was surprised to see how much better Justice League looked with the extra money. Because you look at the Whedon cut and it all looks like they're in like fucking green screen rooms constantly.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
This one here, like, sure, it's not like amazing and it does still seem like that, but it definitely feels like it's more tactile and in where you are. And that's because they've just... Snyder's done what Snyder does best. He's put his old, like, everything's dark and gloomy. And it just hides any shit.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting.
Working with the money you got can make films like this just be that much more of like this would have been a huge exercise for both of these creators.
Yeah.
For Callahan and Grillo.
Yeah, man.
Huge exercise. That was your final thoughts, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I think I covered mine already as well.
I gave it a 7.
7. I'm going to stick it at a 7 as well.
Yeah.
I had fun. It's not a great film, but it's definitely something that is like, with the money that it cost, and also with the
it's an achievement.
Definitely the time that it was given to be made is the thing that was crazy.
Yeah.
And I bet this movie would have taken like 6 to 9 months at least to edit.
Yeah.
Would have been so much.
What a
that would have been
nightmare.
hell.
It'd be hard editing something like this too, I think.
Yeah, because there's so many loops and everything.
Yeah.
Where do you stop and start? You would have had a little extra footage, but
even just categorizing all the shots.
Yeah, thinking about where things go.
Yeah, that'd be tough. I would hate to do that.
It's kind of like that. What's that Netflix movie? Bandersnatch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Imagine doing it. Well,
like that type of thing.
It's a flowchart
in a way.
system.
Yeah. You'd have to know exactly where everything is. What's day 150? What's day 160?
Yeah.
We got to film day 160's opening now. You know.
Oh,
that sucked.
Yeah.
That's it. They had 3 days to do all of the stuff inside of the apartment.
Yeah, that's nuts.
3 days.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway. All right. I think we'll wrap it up with this one.
Yep.
We just reviewed Boss Level. You've been listening to Neon Radio Podcast. I'm Reece.
I'm Dan.
And you have a good week. Respect.